I'll kill Tom, and put the power of whether or not he gets into heaven into Jerry's hands, his sworn enemy, and the person he spent his entire life hunting down. If Jerry doesn't forgive Tom for everything in the episode Heavenly Puss, then Tom goes straight to hell with a demon dog and fire and stuff. But if you don't want to take my word for it that this is one of the most messed up cartoon episodes ever made, Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons, said that this was one of the darkest things that he'd ever seen. The only thing that stops it from being any higher on this list is that in the end it's all a dream. Still, be careful of what kind of enemies you make. You never know what kind of torment you'll be under when it's all over. I'd also be remiss if I didn't mention the scene where they go through the various ways that certain cats have died, including 3 kittens drowned in a bag.
Well, that's not gonna be much use, is it? I put it up as a joke.
Where's the real phone?
Oh, no, that's just it. There is no real phone. Now, they're not gonna put a line way up here. We're miles from anywhere.
Never know what kind of torment you'll be under when it's all over. I'd also be remiss if you should
find a daily grind, a tide of taxing on my mind to help unwind it. So inclined, I have a small suggestion.
Right? Yeah. Come on, I'm ready. Come on. 2 days in a row. Why? Because you stink. That's why. No. I want you.
Sorry. Come on, Mr. Nervous! Just hit the ball! Some of us want to play miniature golf too, you know.
Oh, takes time to concentrate.
The most difficult parts of this list was separating nostalgia from shows and episodes I've seen multiple times. King Ramses might have been freaky as all hell when I was a kid. The let's call it charm hasn't aged the best though. And things like Freaky Fred aren't that scary to me because I've seen them a million times. However, there is one episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog that I still find frightening no matter how many times I've seen. The House of Discontent. It starts out typical enough, with creepy voices telling Muriel and Eustace to get out, and then having them get attacked by things like groceries and water. When Courage breaks into the house, they fall into the basement and come across this thing. This thing still grieves me out. It's not just the way it looks, but the way it talks.
Whether we get it or not is another matter.
Let's meet our 2 teams racing in today's event.
Racing for Team Orange is Miss Daredevil, Mr. Strong, Miss Scary, and Mr. Persnickety.
And running for Team Blue is Mr. Grumpy, Miss Whoops, Mr. Quiet, and Mr. Scatterbrain.
As you know, a member of each team will run through Dillydale carrying a baton, which will be passed to another teammate throughout the race.
It's fucking pissed off. There's also creepy organ music in the background. The plot involves them either growing something or suffering the consequences. And when the consequences finally do come around, the only music that plays is the chiming of a clock. It really is a masterpiece of atmosphere. And seriously, what the fuck even is that thing? I mean, I know that it's an ominous floating head, but how? How do you come to creating that thing?
Mr. Strong sure did mangle his baton.
Well, that's a first.
What?
Back with Team Blue, Miss Whoops finally hands off to Mr. Scatterbrain.
To my leadership, prepare for quite again.